Hello from India. I have been here for the past month and today is my last day, and now is when I decide to pick up my camera and film. I honestly didn't want to put too much pressure on myself at all about filming and creating content while I was here, because I very much wanted to immerse myself in this experience and be as present as possible. But yeah, today is the final day. I've completed everything. I got my certificate yesterday. So this is my 200-hour certificate for Ashtanga and Vinyasa. And you may remember I have completed a 200-hour yoga course previously, but it was during lockdown, so most of it was on Zoom, and it was in London. I was in London, and it was spread out over a few months, so it was a very different experience. And as proud as I was to have completed that, it just was not the experience that I had hoped for. So I knew at some point in the future I would come to India to do the fully immersed experience. So it has been a solid month. I will be completely honest, it has been very intense. Physically, we practice 90 minutes of Ashtanga every morning, then there's yoga throughout the day as we learn about the teaching and sequencing and teaching each other, and then we have an hour of Vinyasa in the evenings, and our only full day off is Sunday. And so it had, like, physically, I've loved it because, of course, I mean, everyone who comes here, you have a strong yoga practice already, but yeah, very sore, very, very sore. Hamstrings seem to have shrunk from just the tightness and soreness of the intensity of the yoga. But also emotionally, it has been a journey, and emotionally, spiritually, we are absorbing so much. So I must say, I want to be honest, I am feeling exhausted, but mostly so grateful for this experience. Oh my goodness. It was really interesting actually. I only booked here a month before arriving, so it was somewhat last minute. And the few days before I arrived, I just had this feeling, this message, like this knowing that I was here for a purpose. I'm coming to India for a purpose, to learn more about the yogic philosophy. And that was quite a surprise for me. It was like in a meditation where I just received a message that you're going to Sampurna, this yoga school, to learn about the philosophy. Everything else, like, you'll take something away from it and it will be beneficial, of course, but that's not why you're there. You're not there for the physical practice, you're there for the philosophy and the learnings. So that was really interesting. And then as soon as I arrived, the first philosophy lesson, I just knew there and then, this is why I'm here. I have had so many questions over the last couple of years. As many of you know, I have been on quite an explorative journey, I would say, with my spirituality, and I've just had so many questions with it, and it has felt like all of those questions have been answered, but with every answer I get 10 more questions, you know? And I've come to realize that's the journey of spirituality. I think as soon as you embark on this journey, there is no end destination. It never ends. It's forever. It's a forever learning, and that can be quite daunting, I think, because as soon as you start, you realize, this never stops. But what a blessing, like, to have had this opportunity to be here, to meet incredible teachers, and to have had so many answers in a somewhat short space of time. I just feel, yeah, so grateful. And yeah, to have received my certificate. So I had to teach a Vinyasa flow. I created the whole flow, taught it to the group, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I felt like I came alive. I felt so passionate with everything I was sharing, and the results were really, really good. I feel really proud, really, really proud. And then yesterday we had our day of exams, which were more theory, and Ashtanga based, but I passed everything, obviously. I got my certificate, and it's just been such an incredible opportunity and blessing to have been here and experienced this immersive month, absorbing as much as I possibly could. And I'm really, really excited to come home and share. And I don't know where this path is going to lead me, because I don't think anyone ever knows what's at the end of the path, but I feel like I am being divinely guided in the right direction, which is I feel very excited. It's a great feeling. But yeah, to have been here, just immersed in nature, I feel so at peace. I feel at home. We're on a hilltop here, and there's so many animals. I mean, you can hear. And we overlook the ocean, so where the Shala is, you feel like you're just completely surrounded by nature, and you can hear the ocean. Every evening I go down for a swim and at sunset, and it's just so beautiful, so beautiful, so special to be immersed in nature in this way. I'm going to miss it. It's a real bittersweet feeling, because I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I've learnt so much, but I'm sad to leave at the same time. I am excited to go home though, so yeah, weird like combination of like emotions and feelings. It has been a roller coaster of emotions actually being here, I think, because we're absorbing so much. It has at times felt a lot, but I've just been so enthusiastic and like eager to learn more, like just so curious. I think in this kind of experience it's key to stay open-minded, because yeah, it's a lot, everything we're learning. But in terms of yoga and the yogic way of life, there are so many like takeaways from this, but some of the main ones are that yoga is not just a physical practice. That is one very small aspect of yoga. There are 8 limbs of yoga, and the asana, the physical aspect, is 1, and the rest are more about the yamas, which are your core values, and niyamas, and then the pranayama, the breath work, the meditation. There's so much that is off the mat. Most of it is off mat. It's how you live and breathe, whereas the physical aspect is just, yeah, very small part. And I'm just so excited to explore all of that more. And like I say, I've come here, I've had so many answers, but I'm leaving with so many more questions, which has just proven to me that this journey of spirituality is just never ending, which is so exciting. And I know that I'm coming back to India. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I just have a very deep connection here to India. The energy is just one that I can't even put into words, but I love being here. I feel very, very at home, very grateful to be here. It's a similar feeling to when I was in Bali. It's like I just knew I was exactly where I was meant to be. And so I know that there's so much more to learn here, and I hope to visit again. I feel like I'm going to come to an ashram. I don't know where, and I don't know when, but I would love to explore this more, particularly the yogic philosophy. I mean, that I'm just so fascinated by it. I love learning about it. I love absorbing just as much as I can, and I feel like I found my teacher, or one, you know, I found a mentor, and I'm so excited to explore here more. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little like part of my experience, because I obviously haven't been sharing at all since I've been here, and it just felt like on my final day I wanted to round everything up. And I'm excited for all of us, because we're all so connected. So I feel in the West there's such an illusion of separation, isolation. We've lost generally speaking, a sense of community. We're also like on our own, out for ourselves. And the power has been taken outside of us. The power is external. Whereas one of the biggest learnings with yoga is that the power is within, as in the magic is within. We're all so connected because we're all one. We're all one collective energy. And it does make me sad to feel like we've lost that feeling, that knowing, but I'm also so excited that I feel like more and more people are curious about this, that there's this knowing that there's more, there's something else out there, there's more out there, and it's pure magic, and we're all one, we're all connected, and where that will lead us, I think, is so exciting. But yeah, I've had many questions. If you read my Substack newsletter, you may have recognized a theme around light and dark, like energies, you know, the light and the shadows that are within all of us. And it's around that theme that I have been most curious about and have received so many answers around that since being here. And I feel optimistic about the future. I mean, collectively. I think, yeah, there's a certain consciousness that is rising collectively, and that it just gives me shivers to think about, yeah, the path ahead. So maybe this resonates, maybe it doesn't. And one thing actually that I've learned here is that we only receive when we're ready to receive, if that makes sense. Certain information can just wash over us, which is absolutely fine. We need to accept that. But when we're ready, we receive something and it lands and it resonates and it ignites something within. And if you're feeling that, that is very exciting. And there's an epic journey ahead. So, yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I just wanted to share a little snippet of my journey. I'm looking forward to coming home and exploring more and sharing more. But I very much know that I'm only scratching the surface here, and there's a big journey ahead. Yeah. And for now, I have my certificate. Yeah, incredible journey. Anyway, sending lots of love wherever you are.